2 years ago, I got out of the Korean military. As weird as it sounds, I think that uniform gave me something that I didn't really think I needed. But here I am, 2 years later, sitting in my car, talking about the military, still unpacking the thing the whole experience taught me. It's very ironic, but being in the military, the uniform that I wore was the freest thing that I could do. I felt so free wearing the uniform. Not because I was forced to conform. The rules were so strict, I had to abide by them. I didn't really have to think. Those were definitely not the things that made me feel free, but I definitely was a people pleaser. At the time, I used to be really self-conscious. I cared a lot about how other people perceive me. So depending on who I hang around with, I would change my personality or character trait to fit their needs because I wanted them to like me. If I don't, I would just be considered an outsider, and I was scared of that title of having no friends. I had this fear if I was utterly, unapologetically myself, then people would stop hanging out with me because why would they? My logic at the time was I need to be the second option. At that time, that just made sense. But then I went to the boot camp where everyone has the same hairstyle, everyone's wearing the same uniform, the same green color that they have, same PT gear, and your identity is replaced by the numbers. Like you're in the Squid Game, you know what I mean? When you're in that environment, there's no reason for you to be someone else. You hang out with people all the time. You're constantly with someone else. You can't walk around by yourself. That includes everywhere. Taking a shower, when you're going to the bathroom. I mean, they're not going to come into the bathroom with you. And in that environment, you learn how to be vulnerable. You learn how to open yourself up. You talk about all sorts of things in the military, especially in the boot camp, because you're not allowed to use your cell phone. So all you can do in there in your free time is to read a book or write a journal, write to the people you love, like a love letter, I don't know, like write a letter. I saw a lot of people doing that. You just have a lot of things to do. You have a lot of time. As I said, when you're surrounded by people, you're constantly next to someone, you're going to talk about some things. You're going to be like, I used to do this in the past. I used to be in this position in the society. I'm doing this. I'm going to this university. And everyone comes from different background. And that is so unique. That's pretty cool. If everyone just came from the same background, had the same personality, then it wouldn't be as interesting or unique anymore. But people are different. You see people coming from all different backgrounds. They all have different personalities. Some people have this anger issue. Some people have this like calm nature. And in that environment, I was like, wait, I've been pretending the whole time. My whole life, I was too busy pleasing other people, worrying about something that don't even matter at the end of the day, satisfying people that won't do anything good for me. Why have I been doing that? I started questioning myself. There was a time in our squad, we had this room, I think it was 8 people in total, including myself. We were just talking about deep things, and someone asked me a question. They were like, if you could describe yourself, with this word or something, who would you be? Like, what would it be? And I couldn't answer that question. I had to think for a couple of days, and I was like, who really am I? Like, what personality do I have? What do I really want inside, internally? Like, how do I function without the people-pleasing nature? Who am I? And I started seeing myself. And I spent a few days reading a book, writing a journal, and really thinking about my background. I thought about everything, where I came from, the elementary school, the people that I met, experiences that I've had, all the moments that led up to this moment. And I realized that I was just performing the whole time. I realized that I was just a pretender. I changed myself for other people instead of prioritizing myself. And I've been doing that the whole time. I didn't even realize it. Being in the boot camp, I had so much time to think. I met so many people. I learned how to be vulnerable. It taught me to just kind of reevaluate my whole life. And for the first time, I didn't feel like I had to perform. I didn't need to fake confidence or hide weaknesses. I could just be tired, messy, honest, vulnerable, open. I never talked about my fear or failure so openly, but in the boot camp, I did. And instead of judgment, I found connection. I found out that when I was being vulnerable, it created like the safe space for other people to be vulnerable as well. And that was a really cool connection. It felt weird. I mean, it definitely felt like something tingling. I don't know if I really like that feeling because I'm not really good at expressing my emotions all the time. But in a way, it felt really good. In a way, it felt like I found genuine connection. It felt like I was connecting with people that were going through the similar things. And in that way, I think I found my truth. And from then on, I wasn't really scared to be myself. I wasn't scared to open up. I wasn't scared to express my emotions. I wasn't scared to let someone know how proud I am of them. I wasn't scared to say no to other people. And yeah, it's weird. I thought completely differently for military. I thought I was a waste of time. I'm not going to do anything meaningful in there. I just wasn't happy at where I was at that time. But going through the boot camp, it was difficult because you do all the trainings. You go out when you don't even feel like going out. And you learn to do all those things like cleaning your rifle or learning how to read a map, learning how to, move as a unit. You learn teamwork and you form this camaraderie, friendship. I got so many things out of the military. Like, I didn't even expect it. I didn't think I needed it, but I really did. Like, I truly found myself again. Like, I felt more confident with who I was. It just kind of like taught me that the world is full of diversity and there's so many people or opportunities or experiences that you can get from it. And as a result, that pushed me to start social media because I no longer tried to think too much about how other people viewed me, the judgment from other people. I wasn't really scared anymore of that because I experienced that in the military. You can be vulnerable. Some people might not like you even if you're vulnerable, even if you do everything for them. You can't satisfy everyone. As soon as I accepted that, I was like, okay, like I'm gonna do whatever I want, regardless of what other people think of me, because why should I? Why should I prioritize their opinion when I don't even know how long my life would be? Life is so fragile in a way that if I live my life satisfying other people while just ignoring my needs and my desires, then I don't think that's a life that I want to live. I mean, this is just one part. Like military, in terms of the whole thing, like there's so many different stories that I can talk about and the lessons that I learned from such stories. But the most impactful that I had was definitely boot camp because that was the initial experience that I had. Everyone needs to go through the boot camp and then you get assigned to your unit and then you actually start your military career. But boot camp is like a preparatory stage. It's like a testing stage where they're basically testing you if you can survive in the military. Like when you encounter an obstacle, if you can respond to it, like they're just testing you on all that. So boot camp was really meaningful for me. And that taught me to be okay with myself. And that shift in perspective, it just remained. Like even after growing my hair, even if I wear different clothes, even if I, came back out into society, I have the same mentality because to me, being in the boot camp is like being in the bottom because you're stripped of your identity. You don't have your name anymore. Shave your head. You wear the same clothes. It's like the lessons that you learn in that environment, I think it lasts a lifetime. And I'm very glad that I got to go through that. Like it was great, but like I wouldn't do it twice. You know what I mean? Korean military is different. The experience is different for everyone because there's so many different branches that you can go to: Army, Navy, Marine, Air Force, and stuff like that. And it's really how you make of it. If you don't like being there, you hate your life all the time, then your experience is not going to be great. The people that you meet, the relationships that you have is not going to be great. But when you go there and you're like, okay, if I can't avoid it, I might as well just enjoy it. And have that mentality to just kind of be humble and learn the lessons without complaining that much, then you're gonna have a great time. And for me, I chose the latter. So yeah, the lesson for today, just be yourself. You don't have to perform for other people. Just show up as who you already are because that's who you've been the whole time. Being yourself won't always be easy, but it'll always be worth it. And as soon as you shift the perspective, your life changes. You're never the same person again. And I do believe that it's one of the bravest things that you can do. Life is short, no performing anymore. Just be completely unapologetically yourself. But regardless of that, I'm so proud of who you are. If you're still watching this video, you're the OG. Like I'm so happy that you stayed and thank you so much. I hope you're doing well wherever you are and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.